Khan. I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, brothers Abayala.
Tazamah.
Right. Coming back at you with the Sabbath service alive, just going into coming back from persecution or coming back from a lower state. Because you got a lot of people in Israel, a lot of brothers and sisters that's at a lower state, may feel like the Most High is not with you. Satan is plaguing you, a household, your job, whatever the case may be. Right, but understanding how to come back and come back to your first works, remember the acts of the Most High, and get back on fire through the Spirit. Right, what you got, King?
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse number 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens,
Right.
and ye that dwell in them.
Right.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto
The
you.
Lord say.
For the devil is come down unto you,
Right.
having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So Satan knows he has a short time on this earth. This is his playground, right? So he's going to try to take as many Israelites as he can with him. You know, as we always say, you know, Satan's job is to plague you with so much stuff in your life that you forget to do the work of the Lord. You forget to build the temple. Oh, my car, I got to fix up my car. Or my household's out of order. I got to take time away from, you know, building up the church to fix up my household. But that time that you take away from building up the church, that's Satan's kingdom's on the earth a little bit longer, man. His reign is a little bit longer on the earth. We have to put that aside and get back to doing what we need to do for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And there's countless men in the scriptures, right, that went through persecution, that went through affliction. Go to Psalm chapter 38 and verse number 1.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 38, and verse number 1. O Lord, rebuke me not in thy wrath, neither chastise me in thy hot displeasure.
Right.
For thine arrows stick fast in me, and thy hand presseth me sore.
And that's how David was feeling. The Most High hand was just always on him. Right, read on.
Verse 3. There is no soundness in my flesh because of thine anger, neither is there any rest in my bones because of my sin.
Right.
For my iniquities are gone over my head, as in heavy burden. They are too heavy for me.
And that's how you may feel. You drowning in your sin. You drowning in your iniquities. The Lord not going to hear me. I just messed up way too much. The Lord's not hearing my prayer. Let me just stop praying. He ain't hearing me anyway. You're letting Satan win you. You're letting Satan overcome you. There's no need to pray. There's no need to go to camp. There's no need to do no video. I'm already gone. The Lord already cast me away. Right, read on.
Verse 5. My wounds stink and are corrupt because of my foolishness. I am troubled.
What King David say?
I am troubled.
Right.
I am bowed down greatly. I go mourning all the day long.
And that's how some people may feel. We go mourning all the day long. It's just day after day of just mourning, feeling like the Most High not hearing you, right? Feeling like Satan is just on you, man. And there's no way to escape, right? But what we have to do is get back to our first works and remember the acts of the Most High and bounce back from our lower state, because we had our forefathers that went through these different things, and we're gonna pull the accounts, right, of our forefathers going through these things. Our brothers got it.
Con. Yeah, so like the brother said, the topic of this live stream is going into bouncing back from a lower state. You know, and you know, as you walk in this truth, wherever you've been in 6 years, 2 months, 8 years, you're gonna have a time where you're gonna be at a lower state, right? Every estate that you're in this truth, it's not gonna be, when you first coming in, right? You got the joy of thy salvation. You feeling great. You meeting new Israelites. You feeling like it's the best time of your life. Right? It's gonna be times where the Most High, He's gonna put you in a lower state. You wanna, let's go to Ecclesiastes 8:5. You wanna discern whether, okay, am I being put in a lower state due to chastisement? Am I on the bottom? You're gonna be on the bottom in the truth, right? The Most High, He's gonna take things away from you, right? He's gonna cut people outside of your life. He's gonna have it might feel like He has bad things happening to you, but you want to have the discernment to discern, am I in this because I'm going off, or am I in this because the Lord is building me up? You bring that out.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
Right.
And a wise man's heart.
And a what?
And a wise man's heart.
Right, so a wise man's heart, meaning his mind,
discerneth both time and judgment.
Right, so a wise man, he's going to discern, okay, I'm in this position. Yeah, I went off last week, right? I smoked, right? I was dealing with that woman in the world, right? I was getting into it with my rib, right? I was out the spirit. Because the Lord could do that, man. That's why a lot of brothers, they in a lower state just because they hard-headed. They not keeping the commandments. They not on fire. They not doing what the Most High is telling them to do. Then they wonder, oh, Lord, why am I in this position? Well, guess what? You brought yourself in this position. Let's go to that Lamentations, chapter 21. That's what the Lord did to the whole nation, right? He cast us down from our high estate and to the bottom, all because of what? Our disobedience. So that's one of the reasons why you might be in a low estate, because you don't give a damn. You want to do your own thing. All right, you want to seek what's right in your own eyes. You're not seeking the Most High 100%. You can bring that out, Ken.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 1. How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger,
right?
And cast down from heaven.
And what?
And cast down from heaven.
And that's every brother has been cast down. A lot of men get cast down because they just prideful. They come into this truth. Yeah, I'm gonna just give me a rib, right? I want to be the mightiest man, right? I want to know all of this. Then the Lord cast them down because he prideful. A lot of men get cast down because they not humble. They think they know it all. It's just they just doing whatever they want to do. Read on.
And cast down from heaven the beauty of Israel.
And guess what? Your so-called beauty could get cast down, right? The Most High, he could just, the Lord. That's what a lot of times the Lord do that to humble you. That's why he put you in a lower state, because man is extremely prideful. Man needs to be humble, right? We all need humbling moments, because if we don't, then man, we'll be big-headed. Read on.
And remember not his footstool and the day of his anger. Verse 2. The Lord hath swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob, and have not pitied. He hath thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Judah.
That's it on that. The point is, the Most High could cast you down due to your disobedience, due to you being prideful. Many king, look at Nebuchadnezzar, right? Hey, let's go to that in Daniel chapter 4. Let me get like 3 more. I'm gonna pass it. Let's go to Daniel chapter 4 and verse number 15.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse number 15.
Actually, Daniel chapter 4 and verse number 34.
Daniel chapter 4 and verse number 34.
33.
Verse 33. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men,
right?
And did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagles' feathers, and his nails like birds' claws.
Right, so Nebuchadnezzar, he was driven from amongst men. Right, he was eating grass, his fingernails was growing long. He had hair all over his chest and his body. Right, the Most High did that to 7 times pass over him. Read on.
Verse 34. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High,
right.
And I praised and honored him that lived forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation.
Read on.
And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand, or say unto him, what doest thou?
Right, now was Nebuchadnezzar saying this when he was at the top, when he was in the Babylonian Empire? Right, was he saying this during Daniel the 3rd chapter, when he was having Meshach, Cedric, and Abednego to worship the idol? He wasn't doing that. So what it took the Most High to put him into the lowest state. Now he's praising the Most High, right? He's all praise to the Most High. Who could go against his will, right? He wasn't saying that, man. So it just show you. Guess what? The Lord could put you, there's many different reasons why the Lord could put you in the lowest state. Read on.
Reading on. Mine honor and brightness return. It's like verse 36. At that same time, my reason returned unto me, and for the glory of my kingdom, mine honor and brightness returned unto me.
Right.
And my counselors and my lords saw unto me, and I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me.
Right, because it was a monarchy. Right, Nebuchadnezzar, it was only him. Whatever he said, that's what it went. He had that much power and dominion. He had the gardens of Babylon. When you go into the 7 ancient wonders, so Babylon, you know, it was mighty, and he had all of that power. Read on.
Verse 37. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven,
Right.
all whose works are truth, and his ways judgment, and those that walk in pride,
And what?
and those that walk in pride,
Read on.
he is able to abase.
He is what?
He is able to
You
abase.
see that? So the Most High is abasing men. He's putting men in the lower state that's prideful, that's disobedient, right? Or the Most High, he might put you in a lower state because he's trying to teach you some things. He can't teach you that because you too big-headed, right? He got to humble you just so he could show you certain things. That's how he deals with men. That's why majority of brothers that come into this truth, only reason why they came in because the Lord had to bring them to their lowest point. Certain brothers, they couldn't pay their rent. Certain brothers, they was looking for the Most High, crying out. Hey, brothers say, hey, they was crying, asking for the truth. Then the Most High gave it to them while they was at that lower state. Right? So it's many different reasons why you're at a lower state. Or you could be like Job and just be tested, be tried. But you got it.
God, brother, go to Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 6. Right, like the brother said, right, you got different reasons why the Most High might abase you. Right, it could be affliction, right, to build you up, or it could be that you done made the Lord your enemy. Go to Sirach, chapter 12, and start at verse 6.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 12, and verse number 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
Read it again.
For the Most High hateth
It
sinners.
said that the Lord hated sinners, man. Now think about man. Think about when somebody makes themselves an enemy to a man or to a woman, like that cat you fought in 12th grade or that cat you fought in middle school. Like you did everything you could to put him in pain. You did everything you could to hurt that brother, man, or to hurt that sister. Now imagine a God mighty and powerful, and you have made yourself his enemy. My God. He is going to do everything that he can to destroy you. Why? Because why? Read it again.
For the Most High hateth sinners.
Because you have put yourself in a position to be hated by God, man. Because of the actions that you have taken, by the thoughts that you meditate on. Real fast, for Brother Could, I want Revelation chapter 7 and verse 3.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Saying, hurt not the earth.
It says what?
Hurt not the earth,
Come on.
neither the sea, nor the trees.
Mhm.
Till we have sealed the servants of our God in their
It
foreheads.
said till we have sealed the servants of God in our foreheads, man. Our brothers know what a seal is, right? Say if you got a letter, right? You want to send it off. You have to first seal it. You have to enclose it, meaning that the law or the Spirit of God has to be engraved in your mind. There is a pain that the Lord wants to bring unto his enemies, that he wants to bring into the so-called white man, evil Israelites, into the Japanese. I have been waiting my entire life for the nation of China to be destroyed. I hate Russians, right? And we're waiting for the Lord to destroy them. But he said to the servants are what?
Until the servants of our God, it's like, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
But there are certain people among us that have not been sealed. The Lord is waiting for the 144, right, or 1/3 of his people to be sealed, right? And I guarantee you right now, we got over 144,000 people in the truth. Because it's not about the number, but it's about the seal. And you might be the person that's holding Israel back from getting the hell up out of here. So you know what the Most High has to do? He has to destroy you. The Most High has to get you the hell up out of here. Because you might have 139,999 brothers that is ready to go. But there's one brother that's taking up space. The Most High has to destroy you. He has to sift you the hell out of here so that he can now save his people, man. So the Lord is going to bring death and destruction down to you, man. He's going to make your wife cheat on you. He's going to make your husband go marry an Edomite woman. Right now, you're going to be second in command in your household to a white woman or a Japanese woman. Why brothers like Asian women, I don't understand, because they remind me of garlic. But brothers like that flavor. Brothers like garlic flavored ice cream, man. right? And because you haven't been sealed, man, the Most High has to get you the hell up out of here, right? Go to Psalm chapter 119 and verse 71, right? It could be that the Most High wants to destroy you. The Most High does not want you here. We all understand Romans the 9th chapter, man. The Most High has mercy on whom he wants to have mercy. You might be somebody that the Lord didn't run out of mercy for, man. That the Lord wants to destroy. He wants to hurt you. The same way you wanted to hurt that girl in the 7th grade that she just looked at your man and you ripped her weave out, man. Brothers ever seen the videos when they rip Eve weave out to the whole braid to come off, man? That braid that's attached to her scalp? That's what the Lord is trying to do to you. Because you are holding his servants back from getting the hell out of here. Or, like how the brother said, it could be the Most High testing you. Bringing you low because you're hard-headed, right? Read that in Psalms 119. I want Job 36 and verse 15 as well.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted.
Read it again.
It is good for me that I have been
Well,
afflicted.
he said it was good for me that I have been afflicted, man. So many people in affliction, you complain. And that's fair because it's pain and it hurts. But he said it was good for me that I have been afflicted, man. Right? Affliction is such a beautiful thing, man. Pain and weakness is such a beautiful thing because it creates strength. So many of our people hate strength, which is why they hate to be weak. They hate to be afflicted by the Lord, man. Because they don't want to grow. Because life is amazing in Babylon.
Right.
You finally got the dream woman you've been wanting your whole life. You got that dream job that you want, and you do not want the Lord to put you in pain. Because you love what America has given you, and you don't want what the Lord has given you, man. Right? It said that it was good that I was afflicted. Right, we going?
That I might learn thy statutes.
That I might do what?
That I might learn thy statutes.
That the Most High could finally water you and that you could grow. Sometimes the Most High is putting you through affliction because he wants to build you. Just like any good father, man. Right? When you read Matthew the 6th chapter, go to the Lord's Prayer real fast. If a brother could. Right? The best way to understand the Most High, right, is how Yahweh Shah came and taught it to us, man. Right? Read that real fast.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse number 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye. Our Father.
He said what?
Our Father.
Read it again.
Our Father.
Our Father, man. Right? The best way to understand the Most High is a good father. The fathers that we have never had. Right? Because we were raised by whores and by drug addicts and alcoholics, man. Right? We never had a good father. So we don't understand how good punishment is, man. How beautiful punishment is supposed to be. Chastisement. Because he wants to grow you. He wants to correct you so that you never have to live the lifestyle of, I'm pretty sure brothers heard about Bishop T.D. Jakes. I'm pretty sure we ain't got to go into that. But the Most High is afflicting you so that you don't grow older to be a power bottle, man. Right? And you don't grow older to swallow up. Right? He said, our Father, which art in heaven. The Most High is chastising you because he is a good father. Right? Because he wants to see you change and he has good hopes for you. Right? Go back to go back to Job chapter 36 and verse 15 real fast.
The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 15.
You know,
He delivereth the poor in his affliction.
Come on.
And openeth their ears.
And do what?
And openeth their ears.
He opens up their ears. Because the so-called, brothers know themselves, man. The so-called black and Hispanic man is the most prideful person on earth. We're prideful, right? And the reason that I say that, Esau is prideful, man. Esau is lofty, but Esau has money. Esau has a reason to be prideful. The so-called black woman worships him like he is a god. Black men chase their women around like they the best damn thing on the earth, right? He has a reason to be prideful. However, blacks and Hispanics, we don't.
Right.
We have nothing. Yet for some reason, we're still a prideful people. Well, the Most High has to destroy that pride. He has to be true. Give me, I said Sirach. What I'm thinking of. I think it's like 36. A shameless woman. 26.
25.
I think it's numbers 2.
26 to 25?
Spit in the face. Yeah.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse number 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Read it again.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Sometimes this is the best thing that you can tell a sister. Because how does a shameless woman feel about themselves? They feel like they are the hottest damn thing walking. They feel like they are built up and lofty and beautiful. Sometimes the best thing to tell a woman like that is that she is a dog. I mean, we know what a female dog is. I don't want to get the loud cut, so we're going to keep it BG for today. Right? But sometimes you have to absolutely destroy somebody. Oh, you said Numbers the 12th chapter? Let me go to Numbers 12 real fast. Right? Sometimes you have to destroy somebody's pride. Right? Because people, when you're in your pride, you don't want to hear anything that anybody says because you feel like you're at the top. You feel like you're what's best. Right, Numbers chapter 12, when the Most High said he was going to spit in her face.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12, and verse 11.
It's, might be 14.
Verse 14. Mm-hmm. It says, and the Lord said...
It says what?
And the Lord said...
God said this. Come on.
And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp.
Right. It says if her father had spit in her face. Sometimes the pride of a man or the pride of a woman needs to be destroyed. They say in the world, man, if you love me, you would never hurt me. Sometimes sisters need to be hurt. Sometimes brothers need to be hurt. Sometimes you have to tell a brother that he is acting like a shameless woman. We all know what that's talking about. Sometimes you got to tell a brother that he is weak, that maybe he can't teach. Sometimes you have to tear somebody down. Go back to Job chapter 36. Go ahead and finish that out. Sometimes people need pain because that's the only thing that they can recognize, man, is that pain. Right? It said that it was what? Read on.
Job 36 and 15. He delivereth the poor in his affliction and openeth their ears in oppression.
Sometimes they need to be hurt so that finally they can listen. So that finally they can understand. Because being at the bottom is the only thing that will make somebody open their eyes. The only thing, man. All right, brothers, got it.
Come. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 4 and verse 4. All right? And maybe the Most High just wants to see the words that you have said to other people. Can you handle that? Right? You exhorted other brothers, you exhorted other sisters, but can you yourself handle that? All right, what you got? Come.
It's the book of Job, chapter 4, and verse number 3. Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands.
Right, you may have done that. You may be that pillar, right, in a family or in a congregation where people may come to, right, where people may come to for counsel, ideas, questions, right? You instructed many people, right? People may be weak and you built them back up through the Spirit. You were the one telling people, hey, you got to believe in Yahweh, you just got to trust in the Lord. Because at that time, the Lord wasn't really afflicting you like that, like he was afflicting that person, right? Read on.
Verse 4. Thy words have upholden him that was fallen.
Right.
And thou hast strengthened the feeble knees.
Right.
But now it cometh upon thee.
What the Lord say?
But now it cometh upon thee.
The Lord may sit back and say, this man gives mighty counsel. This man has helped a lot of people. All right, let's reverse these roles real quick. Let me see how he acts under that same pressure. Let me see if he can really sustain that pressure. Let's see whatever he's saying, is he gonna do that? Right? The Lord don't like hypocrites. A hypocrite shall not stand before him. Right? So the Lord wants to see, right? Read on.
And thou faintest.
Right?
It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled.
And the Lord don't want a man like that. Right? Where you troubled at the same things that person was going through, but you was upholding that person. Where's that same counsel for yourself? Right? Why are you not teaching yourself the same thing? Right? Go to Sirach chapter 37 and start at verse. Let me see what I want. Start at verse 19.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse number 19. There is one that is wise,
right,
and teacheth many, yet is unprofitable unto himself.
And you don't want to be that person. You're unprofitable to yourself. Right? You teaching many people. Right? You exhorting many people. You building up many people. Yeah, that brother's mighty. Yeah, he helped me come out of this affliction. You give me a lot of alms. But now you're unprofitable to yourself because that same thing touches you, and now you fainting. And now you crying out, why the Lord doing this to me? And the people that you was exhorting, they looking at you like, what the hell is this? Right? You was just on fire last week. But now it cometh upon thee in the failing. Right? Go to Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. But that's why we have these scriptures. That's why we have the men that went through certain things. Right? For the men in this day and age now. All right? What you got?
It's the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse number 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right?
That we through patience.
Through what?
Through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Might have hope. So the things that were written aforetime is written for us to have patience and hope, man. Right? Okay, these things are not new. These things have happened before. So I can overcome these things. All right, let me just look at the example of, like we always go to Job. Let me look at the example of Yahweh Shah. Right? Let me look at the example of Paul. Paul went through it, man. Paul absolutely went through it. The afflictions that we going through, you may feel like I said the Lord not dealing with you in the lower state, is not even close to what our forefathers have been through. That's why we got to go back through these scriptures. Go to the book of Job, chapter 34 and verse 36. Why do you think Job went through what he went through?
It's the book of Job, chapter 34 and verse number 36. My desire is that Job may be tried unto the end because his answers for wicked men.
Because of his answers for wicked men. Meaning the things that Job went through, he had every excuse and every answer. And whatever you try to come up with, Job already said it. Right? Job already said it. Job was tried unto the end for his answers for wicked men. When the Lord not dealing with me because of this. Right? The Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. The Lord is destroying me. I don't know. I thought I was doing this. Job already has said it. All you got to do is read. The Lord literally gave you the blueprint for everything he's doing to you. Right? And like the brother said, you got to examine yourself. And you got to figure out why, if the Lord is chastising you, if the Lord is judging you. You got to figure that out, man. Right? The Lord destroys the perfect and the wicked. It's just how are you going to respond to that? Did you think Job knew he was perfect? Go to the book of Job, chapter 9. Actually, yeah, Job chapter 9 and start at verse 18. Job didn't know he was perfect. Right? What you got?
It's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 18. He will not suffer me to take my breath, but filleth me with bitterness.
You may feel like that. As soon as you get up in the morning, Satan is just on you for no. You like, damn, I just opened my eyes. Lust demon immediately, right? Then get out of bed, you stub your damn toe, you broke your toe. What the hell is this? Damn, broke your toe. You trying to turn on the car just don't start, right? It's just, hey, the Lord. You may not be able to suffer to take your breath. You don't get a breather when the Lord is chastising, putting you through the furnace, man. Right? Read on.
Verse number 19. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong. And if of judgment, who shall set me at time to plead?
Right.
If I justify myself, my own mouth shall condemn me.
Right.
If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse.
You can't say that you perfect. You can't say, "Oh, my works, Lord, while you doing this, my works." I dropped 30 videos last week. Right? You can't. You trying to justify your sin. You can't do that, man. It's gonna prove you perverse. Read on.
Verse 21. Though I were perfect.
What do you say?
Though I were perfect.
Said, if I was perfect, read on.
Yet would I not know my soul.
I wouldn't even know if I was perfect, man. Read on.
I would despise my life.
Guess what? If you were perfect, you would despise your life. Right? Oh, I want to be perfect. I want to be perfect. I want to be a friend of the Lord. You won't despise your life. I mean, just look at the lives of our forefathers. Abraham, you got told to go, hey, you got to go here. Right? Then he went to Egypt. Then he went back to the land of Canaan. He was traveling, man, getting kicked out of certain land. Hey, guess what? If you were perfect, you wouldn't even have known if you were perfect or not. That's only the Lord knows. And if you read Job 1:1, the Lord called Job perfect. But look at Job's life. Look at how he was perfect. Look at what he went through to be perfect. Right? Read on.
Verse 22. This is one thing.
Right?
Therefore I said it. He destroyeth the perfect and the wicked.
The Lord destroys the perfect and the wicked, man. Right? The Lord's going to put the wicked and the perfect through the same trials and tribulations. It's just the perfect are going to respond a different way than the wicked. Right? The wicked are going to make excuses. The wicked are going to leave the truth. The wicked is going to go back into the world. The wicked is going to say, F the Most High. I don't need this anymore. Like the Lord just going to disappear. Right. I don't get people that leave the truth. Like the Lord's judgment is just going to disappear. And your life is just going to be better now because you left the truth. You have people right now not in the truth getting it worse than you, and they don't even know why. There's a homeless man right now with no shoes, no socks, disease. He don't know what the hell is going on. But we know. right? It's just that it's who's going to respond a different way. And Job responded a different way, right? Jump down to verse 27.
Verse 27. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort myself.
Right?
I am afraid of all my sorrows.
All right.
I know that thou wilt not hold me
Read
innocent.
on.
If I be wicked,
What do you say?
if I be wicked,
Right?
why then labor I in
And
vain?
that's how some people feel. If I be wicked, what am I praying for? What am I going to camp for? It's in vain anyway. The Lord not hearing none of my works. Right? That's not a good way to respond, man. Right? And then when you read on through the chapters of Job, Job did respond a different way when the Lord corrected him through the Spirit. See, the thing is, go to Job chapter 5 and start at verse 17.
Job chapter 5 and verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrected.
Right?
Therefore, despise not the chastening of the Almighty.
Read on.
For he maketh sore and bindeth
The
up.
Lord will make you sore and then bind up those same wounds that made you sore. Read on.
He woundeth,
Right?
and his hands make
The
whole.
Lord will wound you. Right? The Lord will wound you, man. But he will also make you whole at the same time. Go to Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. These are the things that the Lord does. You just gotta have patience, man. You gotta have patience in the tribulation. Right? You can't rush the tribute. You can't rush this thing, man. Right? Read what you got.
The book of Hosea chapter 6 and verse number 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord.
Right?
For he hath torn,
Yeah, what?
he hath torn,
Uh-huh.
and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up.
Hey, and all of our forefathers knew that. He tears us down, but the Lord's gonna build us back up. Right? Let's get another witness of that. Go to Lamentations chapter 3. And the thing is, we got to set our brothers and sisters in remembrance of these different things. Whether, like you said, been the truth for 3 months, 3 years, or 30 years, you got to be in remembrance of these different things, man. Right? Lamentations chapter 3 and start at verse 29.
It's the book of Lamentations chapter 3 and verse 29. He putteth his mouth in the dust, if so be there may be hope.
Right?
He giveth his cheek to him that smiteth him.
Mhm.
He will fill his he is filled full with reproach.
Right?
For Yahweh will not cast off forever. But though he cause grief,
But though he what? Right?
yet will he have compassion according to the multitude of his mercies.
The Lord, though he cause grief, the Lord will have compassion. The Lord's gonna have compassion according to his mercies. You just have to wait for that. You thought you complaining it was gonna speed up the trials and tribulations of the Lord. You started complaining, the Lord said, okay, all right, stop. He's complaining. No, man. If anything, it's gonna be much more worse, man. Right? Do you know what? Go to Romans 15:5. You have to understand the God that you serve. Right? You got people in the world, I don't got no patience. Man, they think that's cool. I don't got no patience. I don't got time for that. Ooh, I need to work on my patience. And they think that's a good thing to say, man. But then they'll be the same people that say, oh, yeah, I serve the God of the Bible. That's my God. Right? But let's see who the God of the Bible is. Read this.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 5. Now Yahweh, the God of patience.
The God of who?
The God of patience.
You serve the God of patience. I mean, that's his MO, man. What's it called? Delayed gratification. Right? Where you got to go through certain things first and then you receive the reward. That's what the Most High is about. Delayed gratification, patience, long suffering. Right? Read on.
It says, now the God of patience and consolation grant you to be like-minded, one toward another, according to Hamashiach Yahushua.
And we have to be like the Lord, man. Patience and long suffering, tribulation. Right? Because you serve the God of patience. You cannot get faint when the Lord is putting his hand on you, man. When the Lord is trying you through the Spirit. Go to Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. Actually, hold that. Go to the book of Judith chapter 8 and 16. That's what I'm looking. Service 14.
It's the book of Judith chapter 8 and verse 14. For ye cannot find the depths of the heart of man, neither can ye perceive the things that he thinketh.
Right, because when you go into his account, right, you had the high priest and the men, they try to, Ozias, they try to put the Lord on a timeline. All right, if the Lord don't respond in 3 days, this is what we're going to do. We're gonna move off our own accord. And Judith had to check them. You know, what do you mean if the Lord don't respond in 3 days? Don't you know who the Lord is? If the Lord don't stop afflicting me in 3 days, I'm just going to have to hit this lick, man. I ain't going to lie to you. If the Lord don't, if I can get my rent paid, I'm just going to have to jug real quick and see who the hell you think you are, man.
Right.
And the Lord will jam you up utterly, man. Now you facing life in prison. Now you try to do something, next thing you know you get killed, man. Right? Because you didn't want to wait on the Lord. Read on.
Reading on. Then how can ye search out God,
Right?
that hath made all these things, and know his mind, or comprehend his purpose?
Right?
Nay, my brethren, provoke not Yahweh, our God, to anger.
Right? You don't know the Lord's purpose, and you don't want to provoke the Lord to anger with your foolish counsels and plans. Because whatever the Lord decides, whatever you decide to do, it doesn't go with the format of the Lord. It doesn't go with His plans. So you're gonna try to do something different, right? You're gonna provoke the Lord to anger. All right, read on.
Verse 15. For if he will not help us within these 5 days, he hath power to defend us when he will.
When he what?
When he will.
He has power to defend you when He will. Read on.
Even every day, or to destroy us before our enemies.
Read on.
Do not bind the counsel of Yahweh our God.
Right.
For the Most High is not as man, that he may be threatened.
Right. You try to threaten the Most High with your own counsels and with your own plans. Oh, I'm gonna do this if the Lord don't do this. Who the hell you think you are, man? Right. See, the Lord wasn't angry when He was chastising you. Now He mad. Now He sat up in His throne like this. Oh yeah. Right. And now He sent 36,000 more demons with Satan, man. And now you got boils and damn. The Lord just took all your cattle and your family away from you, man. It wasn't that bad. Now it got worse because you put yourself in that position, not waiting for the Most High. Read on.
Neither is he as the Son of Man, that he should be wavering.
Right.
Therefore let us wait for salvation of him.
What the Lord say?
Therefore let us wait for salvation of him.
All right, we read it. The same God that put you in the lowest state, He's the only one that can bring you out of this lowest state. I mean, think about it. In this American captivity, how many so-called saviors have we had that didn't go through? The plan didn't go through. Marcus Garvey, right? You had Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. You had the Black Panther Party. You had the Rainbow Coalition. None of those things worked, man. He gonna save you when He will.
Right.
Right? Read on.
And call upon him to help us, and he will hear our voice if it please him.
If it what?
If it please him.
If you want to hear your voice, then he gonna do something. That's if it pleases Him. If you don't want to hear your voice, then you just gotta deal with it, man.
Right.
You just gotta wait, and you gotta go to Sirach chapter 11 and verse 21. This is the counsel that we gotta do. Now, like I said, we know you in the lowest state, but you gotta come out of that mindset, man. You gotta understand. Okay, the Lord may be judging me. The Lord may be chastising me. I still gotta go back to and go harder for the word of the Lord. Read on.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners,
Right.
but trust in Yahweh.
But what?
But trust in Yahweh,
Right.
and abide in thy labor.
There's your solution. Abide in your labor. Continue doing what you're doing. Hey, even go harder at it, man. If the Lord chastising you and the Lord is judging you, it always goes back to one solution. You got to go harder for the Most High. The Lord don't need you. You need the Lord.
Right.
The Lord can raise up a stone. The Lord can raise up dirt in your place, man. The Lord can raise up somebody else across the world to do exactly what you're doing at a higher level. He chose you. You better feel honored and go harder for the Most High. Right? Abide in thy labor. Read on.
For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Most High on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
Jump to verse 27.
Verse 27. The affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure.
Right? You get afflicted. You forgot the pleasure. You forgot the things the Lord did for you. You forgot last week. Jake got his damn tax return. He said, "Y'all call Allah, Yahweh, Bashim, y'all shout all praises. Woo! I needed this, Lord." Right? And then, like I said, the next week your damn car break down or something happened, and now you said, "Damn, man, the Lord not dealing with me, man." You just forgot what the Lord just did last week. Right? You just forgot what the Lord just literally did 7 days ago, man. Right? You forgot that pleasure. Read on.
And in his end, his deeds shall be discovered.
Right? Go to the book of Psalms chapter 42. So now we're getting the solution. What we got to do, we got to remember the Lord. Your soul may be distressed in you, but you got to remember the Lord. Go to Psalms chapter 42 and start at verse 1.
It's the book of Psalms. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 42, and verse number 1. As the heart painteth after the water brooks,
Right?
so painteth my soul after thee, O Yahweh.
Right?
My soul thirsteth for the Most High, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God?
Read on.
My tears have been my meat day and
King
night,
David said, I was crying day and night. That's been my food day and night. Read on.
while they continually say unto me, where is thy God?
Right?
When I remembered these things, I poured out my soul in me, for I had gone with the multitude. I went with them to the house of the Most High,
Right?
with the voice of joy and praise,
Right?
with the multitude that kept holy day.
Read on.
Why art thou cast down, O my soul?
And he's asking him that, why am I in depression? What's going on, man? Why am I going through these things? Why is my soul cast down within me? Read on.
And why art thou disquieted in me?
Right?
Hope thou in Yahweh,
Right?
for I shall yet praise him for the help of his countenance.
So let's see what King David did. Read on.
O my God, my soul is cast down within me.
So you may be going through depression. You may be going through these different things. What people say, anxiety, right? Whatever the case may be, right? This is the blueprint. Read on.
Therefore I will remember thee.
What do you say?
Therefore I will remember thee
Right?
from the land of Jordan
Uh-huh.
and to her month nights,
Right?
from the hill Mazar.
Hey, I'm going to remember when you destroyed my enemies before me. I'm going to remember that battle I had against the damn Hermonites and the Philistines, and then you saved me, Lord. I'm going to remember the good acts of the Most High. He can do it again. Why couldn't the Lord do it again? I got to remember these different things, right? And that's going to help with your soul being cast down in you. That's going to help with you returning back and abiding in your labor. You reading these precepts, you say, okay, all right. I'm back in this thing, man. It's okay. I went off, but I gotta get my ass back up, man. Right? I gotta serve the Most High a little bit harder, man. Let me call this brother. Let's go over a council. Well, let me hop into a live. I can't wait for camp this weekend. I'm about to get back on fire, man. Right? And brothers that play sports or women that play sports, right? You may have had a bad game, right? Your coach said it's okay. All right, we got another game this Tuesday. Let's get back in the gym. Let's get back at it, right? Those motivating words. You was motivated through the Spirit to get back after it, man. Right, next game, so-called drop 20. Right, he's like, okay, I remember now. I remember what I used to do. You have to remember the Lord, man, and what He did for our people. Our brothers, right?
Come on. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse number 3.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse number 3.
Start at verse 4.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully,
Right?
and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
And be what?
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Right, so like we went over, you need low estates. You're gonna have times where it's a must. Right? You're gonna go through a low estate. You're gonna be at your lowest points. You might not know, how long it's gonna be, right? When is it gonna be over? Nevertheless, the Lord said, when you're changed to a low estate, right, you have to be patient, right? You must be patient. A lot of brothers, they get hasty. They start doing things presumptuous. They can't sit still. They I gotta go this. I gotta move to Arizona. Brother, no, you don't. Right? Brother, you start catching affliction. I gotta move to Arizona. Right? You got brothers going into the wilderness. Right? You got people, they falling out of the truth. So the Lord said, be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Read on.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire,
Right?
an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
Because the whole time when you're in that lower state, you're being tried. Right? Your faith is being tried. The Most High is testing you to see if you're going to serve Him, if you're going to keep His commandments or not. Right? And you need that because you could see if you're an acceptable man in that furnace. Right? A lot of people, they can't survive the furnace, man. It get too hot for them, then they choke. Right? They out of this thing. Read on.
Verse 6. Believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him.
Now jump over to verse 2.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure.
It says what?
And constantly endure.
So you in the Lord's state, you got to constantly endure. You got to act like nothing happened. You got to keep serving the Most High, right? A lot of people, they tend to get slothful when they're in the Lord's state. They ease up on their reading, their prayer life, fasting, right? They load up, probably go to the bar, just give me some drinks. Stop fasting, you eating more. You want to constantly endure, man. You want to act like that affliction never happened. You want to keep praying, keep exhortating, right? Keep waking up the people, right? Keep, you know what I'm saying, being a father to your family. Keep being that mother to your children in this truth. You have to act like it never happened. It says, and constantly endure, read on.
Make not haste in time of trouble.
Right, that add on to the other point and say you don't want to make haste because you don't know how long the Most High is going to put you in this lower state. Right, let's go to Tobit chapter 14 and 1. Tobit chapter 14 and verse number 1.
It's the book of Tobit, chapter 14, and verse number 1. And it reads, So Tobit made an end of praising Yahweh, and he was 58 years old when he lost his sight, which was restored to him after 8 years.
After what?
After 8 years.
So Tobit, he was blind for 8 years, man. Right? Imagine you was blind for 8 years. Right? You seeing your people getting buried. You trying to bury all of them. This man couldn't see for 8 years straight. Right? That Jake can't see for 2 days. He might kill himself, man. Right? Start complaining, get depressed. Right? But Tobit, he endured that blindness for 8 years, man. Couldn't see his child. Right? Couldn't see his woman. He couldn't do certain things that the average man could do. Yet Tobit, he didn't complain. He was still praising the Most High. Somehow, he was still giving alms. Right? Still giving charity. So your work should remain the same regardless of what you go through. So what you having a bad day? Right? So what you having a bad week? Your works have to remain the same. You got to shut up. Like Job. Let's get that in Job chapter 1. Right? Hey, Job, he just shut his mouth for 7 days. Jake being on low estate, still talking prideful, murmuring, complaining. Right? Hey, you just gotta, next time you go through a low estate, you gotta shut your mouth. Like Job did. And don't say nothing, not a word. Right? Let's go to Job chapter, I believe that's 2. Job chapter 2 and 13.
The book of Job, chapter 2, and verse 13. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him.
And what?
And none spake a word unto him.
Right.
For they saw that his grief was very great.
See that? So Job and his 3 friends, they didn't say nothing for 7 days. Not a word. Right? They was just sitting there, and you want to embrace that little state. All praise to the Most High. Just meditating upon it. You going through the precepts. You want to change your mentality on the lower state. You don't want to be like the people of the world. Right? Some people, they can't even function, man. Like the brother said, they depressed. Right? They want to kill themselves. Right? They losing their brains.
Turning emo.
Yeah, they turning emo. Right? They playing Lil Uzi. All my friends are dead. Right? XXXTentacion. Juice World. Right? Hey, we not like the people of the world, man.
Right.
We the servants of the Lord, man.
Right.
We gonna use the precepts to encourage us in our lower state. We gonna change our mentality. We gonna say, hey, yeah, we love the lower state. Right? We love when we hit the rock bottom, man. Right? I love that affliction. Right? Hey, somebody, they might think you are crazy. They might think you crazy, man. But guess what? It is what it is. Right? We love affliction, man. We love catching hell. Right? Turmoil. We love when things don't go our way. Because what? We understand that the Most High is teaching us these things. Right? Now let's go to Sirach 11 and 12. Right? Sirach chapter 11 and 12.
The book of Sirach, chapter 11, and verse number 12. Again, there is another that is slow, and hath need of help, wanting ability, and full of poverty.
Right.
Yet the eye of the Lord looked upon him for good.
Right.
And set him up from his low estate.
And what?
And set him up from his low estate.
See that? So bouncing back from a low estate, it's not easy. Because you might, a lot of brothers, they get caught up in that low estate. It mess them up mentally. They can't get out of it. But you got to believe that the Most High is going to set you up from your low estate. Right? It's going to come a time where it's not always going to be like these times. Right? You're going to have better days. As they say in the world, the grass is greener on the other side. So you got to, the Most High, eventually, You gotta seek him. Okay, the Most High, he's gonna eventually set me up for my low estate. If I'm keeping his commandments. Right? If I'm constantly enduring. Read on.
Verse 13. And lift up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him.
They what?
Marveled at him.
See that? Certain people, they have marveled at you. Dang, he really came up from that.
Came back.
Right? I remember this brother, you know, damn, I was just helping him on his rent. You know, now the brother, he planned for us to go to damn Arizona. Right? Right?
Yeah.
He paying us to go to damn Europe. Right? Dang, this brother, he was having marital problems. You know, now this brother got 2 ribs in order, in righteousness, with a beautiful family. Certain people, you know, you come out of, hey, look at Job, for example.
Right.
When Job got up, hey, people was marveling at it. He was like, damn. Hey, Satan marveled at it. He was like, did this man really come out of the fire? Hey, Satan, they marveled at Yahweh Shai when he endured the cross. So, but if you get cast down in that low estate, they going to talk about you, man. They going to say, yeah, he couldn't endure it. His hands couldn't finish the building, right? They going to speak proverbs against you, right? You want to be that brother, you come out of that low estate, men marvel at you, right? They say, oh, wow. All right, and it's a sign and it's a wonder. But let's go to, read on to that.
Verse 14. Sirach chapter 11 and verse 14. Prosperity and adversity.
It says what?
Prosperity and adversity.
Read on.
Life and death. Poverty and riches come of Yahweh.
It says what?
Come of Yahweh.
All of these things come of the Most High. Right, let me get one more. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 20 and verse number 11.
Sirach chapter 20 and verse number 11. There is an abasement because of glory.
Right.
And there is that lifted up. It's like, and there is lifted up his head from a low estate.
Right. There is that lifted up his head from a low estate. You want to be that brother that you lift up your head out of that low estate. Right. You get back on your 2 feet. And you chiefly do that by constantly enduring, keeping the Most High's commandments. Right. Let's go to real quick, Baruch 4:28. Going hard in this truth. And you're going to be that brother that lifted up his head from his low estate.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse number 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High,
Right.
so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
What we got to do?
Seek him 10 times more.
Now I'm in the low estate.
Seek him 10 times more.
Read on.
For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation.
So the same divine being that put these plagues upon you, he's the only and same one that could take you out of this thing. Right? You got it, man.
God, we got on time. Huh? We got on time.
I like 5 minutes.
God, give me 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 7.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse number 7. And least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations. There was given to me a thorn in the flesh.
Hey, what?
A thorn in the flesh.
It was given to him a thorn in the flesh, man. Right? That thorn is not something that you're falling to. Right? Because smoking weed feels amazing. Sleeping whatever what's this to do? Sleeping with whatever man you want feels great. That thorn or the pain from that thorn is when you refuse to do those things, man. Or when you refuse to get high. That's what hurts. Brothers ever craved a blunt? Brothers ever craved, what's something else people in the world crave? I don't even remember no more. Think about a homosexual that can't sleep with another man. He is burning in his flesh. Wait, that Eve that's on Facebook, and you know she wants you, but you know she's a whore, and she's got 5 other husbands, right? And she's inboxing you, and she wants you. To say no to that woman is pain.
And live downstairs.
You get my point? Right? She lived downstairs. She's accessible. She come up asking for sugar all the time. Right? To say no to that woman is pain. That's a thorn in the flesh. Right, read on.
It says, it's like thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan, to buffet me.
He said it was a messenger of Satan, sent by Satan himself to what?
To buffet me.
To buffet me, meaning to eat me up. I'm being eaten alive by this craving that I have, that I refuse to give myself to, right? And you just constantly sitting there thinking about it. No one is accessible. No one is available, right? The weed man on your side of town, so you ain't got to wait 2 hours for that nigga to get here. It's there and it's available and it's accessible and it's burning you up. It's eating you up inside. Right, read on.
Least I should be exalted above measure.
Come on.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice.
It says that I besought the Lord thrice, right? Continually begging the Most High. For what?
That it might depart from me.
That you no longer crave this thing. You know how many times you crave after a thing, you ask the Most High to take away the desire? Take away the desire that I have for white women, or the desire that I have for multiple men, or the desire that I have for drugs. I beg you, Baba Kasha, take it away. Because it's putting me in pain. It's hurt. It's eating me alive. Right, read on.
Verse number 9. And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee.
Read it again now.
My grace is sufficient for thee.
This is one of those verses that it's like fine wine. Right? When you sip it, you don't just sip it to get drunk. You got to kind of let it simmer a little bit. You got to taste it a little bit. Right? Get the taste. Enjoy it. He said, my grace is sufficient for thee. What is grace? It's time. My grace, meaning that I know you want it gone. I know it hurts. You're going to keep begging me for it to live. But it's okay. I am going to give you more time to get over this. You're going to be in pain. It don't just disappear, man. Right? Homosexual can't just pray away the gay. You can't just pray for that woman to get evicted and now she ain't downstairs no more. You are going to live and want a cigarette every single day. And it is going to hurt every single day. But the Most High will give you time to no longer crave that whore or that weed or whatever demon it is that you're battling. Why? Read on.
For my strength.
Where it says what?
For my strength
Come on.
is made perfect in weakness.
Right, the brother Tazama said a quote one time, man, one of the greatest quotes I ever heard. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Right? Pain is weakness. You're weak, right? And you're in pain because you desire this thing. Be in pain. Take the pain, right? Because as you take this pain, you're only becoming stronger and stronger and stronger until you don't desire white women no more, man.
Right.
You don't desire to be gay anymore.
Right.
You don't desire what's a sin people don't bring up?
Pornography.
Pornography and Christmas, my God.
Right.
When you first come out of the world, how your family's still inviting you to Christmas and Thanksgiving, and you know Granny with the elbow flaps, right? You know the peach cobbler is amazing.
Right.
The homemade ice cream, the turkey, the one person that can make turkey and it ain't dry, and you want it.
Right.
You crave it, right? But the Most High said, I understand that you need more time to get over this, and you're gonna hurt every single day until you become stronger. Right, read on.
It says, most gladly, therefore.
It says most gladly. Come on.
Will I rather glory in my infirmities,
Come on.
that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me.
Do you know why the Alcohol Anonymous program has a 12-step program?
Right.
I forgot what step it is, but you said what?
I think I know what you're talking about, though.
With the Alcohol Anonymous program, if you ever go to one of those programs or one of these drug rehab programs, you know what the first thing that they say? You say a name and you say how many days you have been clean. How many days you haven't taken drugs or how many days you haven't drunk. Because the plan is for you to relapse. The plan is for you to take that thorn out of the flesh and for the pain to go away, for you to drink, for you to get high. That's in their plan, man. Right? The counsel of this world doesn't work. None of their drug programs work. That's why the drug rate is so damn high. But he said what? Read it again.
It says, rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me.
How many times did you try to get off of weed and it didn't happen in the world, man? How many jobs did you not get because your piss was dirty? My God, so many jobs, man. How many times you had to make a doctor visit because you slept with some whore and she gave you something, and you had to go and see the doctor for him to clean you right up? You know it's just a shot now, right? It says that most gladly, therefore, because I would rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Brothers in the truth are the only people that can get off drugs, man. Right? Sisters in the truth are the only women that cannot be a whore. Because you have a power that isn't of this world, man. You got a power that comes from up above. I think I want something in Matthew, I think it's 6, right? When whatever you bind on earth. That's not Matthew 6, 16. Right, Salakia, finish that out real fast, and you can brother grab Matthew 6.
Verse 10. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities.
I take pleasure in craving after this thing, man. I take pleasure in wanting drugs or wanting to sleep with a white woman. I take pleasure in wanting that. Because as long as I'm wanting it, what does that mean that I'm doing? That I'm not doing it. You don't want weed once you done got high. Nigga, I'm straight. I'm good. You ask brother, how you doing? I'm good. How you feeling, huh? You no longer want it. You're no longer in pain, man. Sin is bliss. It feels amazing, right? But it says that I take pleasure in my infirmities because that means that I am still refusing this thing that I crave day after day. Right, read one?
In reproaches.
It says in what?
In reproaches.
Man, how many times have you been told that you're in a cult? That you're in a cult and you following some weird religion. I got told I was in a cult so many times, I went and got a shirt that said cult leader. And I'll wear it to every family gathering. Because I'm proud of the cult that I belong to, man. I'm proud of it. Because my cult is better than your cult. Your cult raised you to be a homosexual.
Right.
And to still worship God.
Right.
And now you got monkeypox and HIV. You know, my cult got me off of drugs, man. Right. My cult made me stop sleeping with white women. Right. That's what my cult did. Right now, I will happily be in my cult. Why? Read on.
And necessities.
Come on.
And persecutions.
Come on.
And distress for Hamashiach's sake.
For what?
For Hamashiach's sake.
Because you are not good enough for you to get off drugs. I mean, you tried it so many times. You ain't good enough for you to not go and catch chlamydia from some $40 hoe. Right? You aren't good enough. You fell for it every single time in the world. But Yahushua is good enough now. Which is why you gave it up. Which is why the brothers sitting in this room and the brothers and sisters at home watching the video, they're clean. They're clean. Because the Lord was good enough for them to get off of this stuff. Right? Read on.
For when I am weak.
Because as I'm weak and I desire these things. Right? Read on.
Then am I strong.
Then you're showing how strong you actually are. How much power you actually have. I read that in Matthew 16.
Which verse you want?
Huh?
16 and what?
What was that talking about?
16, 18, I believe.
16 and 18.
Or 19.
Matthew chapter 16 and verse 19. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
Right, it says the keys of the kingdom of heaven, man. You know what heaven looks like? Heaven looks like what's going on in this room right now. Ain't no dice being thrown. The only smoke we got in the air is of frankincense and myrrh. And it's beautiful. Right? Meanwhile, you got women at home trying to sage their house to get rid of the demon. Women, you are the demon. You're the problem. Leave out the house and all the demons are going to leave out of the house because you're the issue. Right? Read it again.
It says, and I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
Right?
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth.
It says, whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth. Right? Because binding something is like putting it in chains, locking it up. Right? We have locked up the spirit of desire in drugs, man. The spirit of interracial relationships. We have bound it up, which is why we no longer do it. Right? Read on.
Shall be bound. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Right? And as we're down here putting or not dealing with white women, or refusing to smoke marijuana, or refusing to do crack cocaine, right? We're binding those things. We're locking them up. We're not dealing with them. The Most High is in heaven doing the same exact thing. As you tie those things up, you're not just tying it up by yourself, but the Lord that's in heaven is tying them up for you, man. Right. He's getting rid of those spirits. He's purging you of that weakness and of that pain. Right, read on.
And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth.
Oh, we loose the spirit of Passover, man. Every year we celebrate the death of Egyptian babies. Right. That lamb, it tastes like Egyptian tears. Every single year, man. Right? And we celebrate that. Right? We loose the spirit of brotherhood, man. Right? Brotherhood is the one thing that you won't see anywhere else outside of the truth. You don't see it on the block, which is why they snake each other and they kill each other We loose that. Why? Read on.
shall be loosed in heaven.
Because the Most High is up there loosing that thing, man. The Most High is up there unbinding it and letting the spirit of brotherhood and not cheating on your husband. I mean, every brother in here probably done got did dirty by some broad, man. Right? Every brother probably done did. For the brothers that didn't, all praise to the Most High. Hallelujah. But they are dirty. Well, the wives that we have in the truth aren't like that. They aren't like that. That's because the Most High loosed her of being a whore. Right? How much time? Good, or is that it?
Con, yeah, we can wrap it up.
I'm good.
Con, let me get this last two precepts. Go to the book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 17. All right.
The book of Luke, chapter 10, and verse number 17. And it reads, and the 70 returned again with joy.
So it's going to explain why they return with joy unto the Lord, right? The type of power they actually have. You know?
Saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name.
Don't you know through the name of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you can bind demons, man. You can literally rebuke demons. You can rebuke the spirit. I mean, try it. When you feel that temptation, face towards the east and pray that that spirit goes away, man. Right? You can do that. You actually have the power to overcome that demon. And if it doesn't go away, you actually have the power to restrain yourself to actually, fulfilling that lust, to fulfill that demon. A lot of people can't do that. Like the brother said, when you're in the truth, you can overcome certain things that if you were in the world, you wouldn't even be able to do it. Because through thy name, through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you have the power to overcome real demons. Read on.
Verse, it's like saying, even devils are subject unto us through thy name.
Right.
Verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy.
Right.
And nothing shall by any means hurt you.
You have power over demons. Read on.
Verse 20. Notwithstanding, and this rejoice not.
Right. Don't rejoice because you can bind up demons. You can overcome certain lusts and temptations. But right, read on.
That the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
Your name was written in the third heaven. I mean, before Genesis 1:1, for you to be able to do that. Your name is actually written in heaven for you to overcome that demon, man. You have power over that weed demon, that lust demon, that covetous demon, that idolatry demon, that adultery demon, right? That porn demon. Whatever demon, you actually have power over that, and your name is written in heaven for that. That's a deep thing, man. Right? There are certain people that will never be able to overcome their demons. Right? There are people outside right now walking barefoot with a lighter and a crack pipe, and they will never be able to overcome that, and that demon's going to consume them to death. But you have power to overcome these spirits through the name of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? Go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 17. So with that mindset and with you knowing that, the Lord said this. Right? 2 Corinthians 5 and 17.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse number 17. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach,
right, so if you know that, and you know the name of the Lord, right, read on.
He is a new creature.
He is a what?
He is a new creature.
I'm going to still murmur.
He is a new creature.
Right?
Old things are passed away. Behold, all things become new.
Some things.
All things are become new.
A little bit of things.
All things are become new.
All things. Meaning what? Your mindset towards affliction, towards adversity, towards the Most High sending Satan down to buffet you, man. Right? Hey, the Lord said all things are become new. And you got to understand it. Brothers got closing precepts.
Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 2, and verse number 4. All right, Revelation, chapter 2, and verse 4.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2, and verse 4. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love.
Right.
Verse 5. Remember, therefore, from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works.
And what?
And do the first works.
What we got to do?
And do the first works.
So you have to do the first works. Right? The first works represents the things that you first did when you came into the truth. You was diligently seeking the Lord with all thy heart, soul, and mind.
Right.
You was binge watching the videos, looking at the history, reading, highlighting everything, telling your family about the truth. Right? So you must repent and do the first works. Read on.
Or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent.
So except you repent, do the first work, stay on fire in these last days, the Lord will remove his candlestick from off his place, man. And next thing you know, like that, your fire is gone. You got it.
Come on, brother, can go to Sirach, the first chapter. Start at verse 23.
The book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 23. A patient
The
man
Lord said, a patient man, right? Read on.
will bear for a time.
He said he will bear for a time, man, right? Psalms 30 and 5 says, I forgot roughly paraphrasing, but I'm a cry tonight, but in the morning the joy cometh. Right? I bear for a time. It won't last forever. It won't. Because that's the way affliction works. That's the way pain works. Right? Eventually you're going to develop a scab. Right? That scab is going to peel off and you're going to be healed. Just bear for a time. Right? Come on.
And afterward, joy shall spring up unto him.
It says afterward joy shall spring up unto him, man. Right? So take the pain, man. Take the pain and let the weakness leave. And accept your joy. Right? Brothers got it.
Con. That we'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, right? It's a mighty Sabbath service. Keep the Shabbat holy, right? And all praises, right? With that said, Kom Yashar Shalom.